Now back to Gadhafi. For most of his 42 years in power, he was surely a thorn in the side of the United States. And of course, a lot of Americans will forever associate him with one of the worst acts of terrorism in world history that marked an entire era. We get more tonight from our chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell.
For Americans of a certain age, it was their first experience with terror. A Pan Am 747 exploding over a small Scottish village 4 days before Christmas in 1988. The debris covered 850 square miles. The emotional wreckage lasts forever. 270 victims, including 189 Americans, the largest number, 35, all students from Syracuse University, like Jeanine Boulanger's daughter, Nicole.
It is full of memories of a very special child.
Victoria Cummock lost her husband John, a father of 3.
I pledged to him that I would seek justice for his murder.
And Bert Ammerman, who lost his brother Tom.
It's the last chapter for me. I said that I could walk away the day I personally felt that I did everything possible so that my brother and the other 269 people did not die in vain.
It was Muammar Gaddafi's most violent act against America, but not his first. 2 years earlier, Libyan terrorists bombed a Berlin disco frequented by U.S. service members, killing 2. Ronald Reagan retaliated.
This mad dog of the Middle East has a goal of a world revolution, Muslim fundamentalist revolution.
But George W. Bush's White House took Gaddafi off the terror list in 2006 after he gave up his nuclear program and paid damages to the Pan Am families. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice went to Tripoli in 2008. Then the Arab Spring, inspiring Libyans to rebel and Gaddafi to threaten mass murder.
Some nations may be able to turn a blind eye to atrocities in other countries. The United States of America is different.
2 days ago, Hillary Clinton went to Tripoli, the highest-ranking U.S. official since the Civil War began, to show solidarity with rebel leaders. Later, she said she hoped Gaddafi would be captured or killed soon. It didn't take long. Today, in Afghanistan, Clinton was preparing for an interview when aides alerted her that Gaddafi might have been caught.
Wow. Huh.
Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. Yeah. Unconfirmed. No. Unconfirmed reports about Gaddafi being captured.
And now the challenge for the administration is what happens next and how to explain why the U.S. helped topple Gaddafi but not other Arab dictators. Brian?
Andrea Mitchell in our D.C. newsroom tonight. Andrea, as we keep saying, the end of an era. For more, we're joined by Michael Leiter, an intelligence veteran of both the Bush and Obama administrations, the former director of the U.S. National Counterterrorism Center. Thank you for coming in. You were in the Situation Room the night the Osama bin Laden raid went down. I'm sitting here looking at the list of names that we have gone through who are no longer here. Was this the mission from the get-go? Remember the pressure early on President Obama, go in big, go in strong, we can finish this off, but I think tempered by 2 wars going on, the U.S. wanted to do it this way.
Well, I wouldn't say that killing Gaddafi was necessarily the mission. I think the mission really was to give the Libyan people an opportunity to have a more democratic country. But undoubtedly, killing Gaddafi was a necessary start to that. Without Gaddafi gone, there really wasn't going to be progress in Libya, and this was a critical step in that regard.
To a lot of people around the world, this looks like a positive development. You look at Libya, the size of Alaska, population less than the city of New York. They've got a lot of oil. They could have good days ahead. Doesn't always happen. When we took out Iraq, we took out Iran's natural enemy, and the order can be upset. Do you think this is overall net a positive development for the world? Do you think we'll start feeling that soon?
Oh, I think undoubtedly it is, and obviously, as Andrea just reported, it's an important step for the United States as well, given Gaddafi's history. It's going to be hard for Libya. They've got issues of governance, they've got economic issues, and they've got potentially still problems with terrorist organizations throughout their nation in the south of the country. So it's going to be a challenge to get a rule of law established across Libya. But again, it couldn't have really started until Gaddafi was gone.
All right, Michael Leiter, thank you very much for your expertise and for being with us here tonight.